Well, I never played hockey, so I was always looking for a hobby, and here it was, MMA. So, it's just get in there after work and try throwing some people around, learning some new techniques, hitting some pads, and it's just great release. So it's just been about fun so far. I like to watch it on TV and just see if it could, if I can have some cool stories when I get older to tell the boys.
Camp's gone great. My weight's great. I'm starting to cut down to 55, so that's where I'm going to be next. And everything's been good, injury-free. I'm ready to go.
It's gone really well, injury-free. Feel good.
I know he's been a little bit inactive, so there's not really too much on him, so I just got to focus on my game and what I'm going to do to win the fight, not what he's going to do.
Hey man, can't wait to get in there with you, see who's got more skill, and have fun doing it, and I guess winner buys the other guy a beer after.
Winner buys the beer? I'm going to be buying you a whole lot of beer, buddy.
Big ovation for Scott Hudson about to make his way to the cage, and this is somebody, Robin, that Rory McDonald was telling us very tough out of Parabellum. It's somebody that I've been very excited to see on this card.
Yeah, this is a good-looking young kid. He's really rangy. He's dropping down. This fight is at a catch weight of 167, so he's kind of on his way to a lower weight class. It's a nice stop on your way down to get in there to catch weight, get used to the changes in your body, and he's going to be really long and lean when he ultimately gets to 155.
Yeah, that's Scott's ultimate target. He said yesterday he's on his way to 155, but this fight with Joel Corbett made sense. And you take a look at who's in the corner for Scott Hudson. You see coming out Rory McDonald, you see Lyndon Whitlock. That's an impressive corner to start with. And Scott Hudson is big, even for this size. A tall fighter, rangy, and he had an undefeated amateur career.
Yeah, very tough dude. I called one of his fights on the Score Fighting Series, RIP Score Fighting Series, and Hudson had a great fight with this kid, Kyle Post. Two guys just really stood in there and went at it. Hudson ate a brutal high kick to the face, came back and won that fight. So he can deal with adversity well, too.
And you know that even though his stand-up is what is vaunted, his ground game, as we said, training with Rory McDonald, you can't train with Rory and not be strong on the ground.
Yeah, the guys over at Parabellum, they've built a real good team of quality guys of all different skills that, the training partners that you have, people always talk about it. The cliche is iron sharpens iron, but if someone's good at something, you train with them all the time, you must learn to defend it, and you learn to incorporate it as well. And Parabellum is a really killer group of dudes.
And his opponent, Joel Corbett.
And Robin, here's one of the most interesting stories on our card tonight. Joel Corbett's got a professional record of 0-1. Lost to Chris St. John when Rec MMA went to Kandahar in Afghanistan for a show. He's also a full-time iron worker who trains out of adrenaline. I mean, this is a guy, when you talk about been there, done that, that's Joel Corbett.
Yeah, tough dude too. This is a nice matchup. He hasn't fought since that battle for Rec MMA over in Afghanistan, and so that leaves you with a lot of questions. What's he been doing? Has this guy been in the gym every day with those elite guys training at the highest level, and he's going to come out here and be a completely different guy? Did he take time off? You really don't know what you're going to get here, and that's a challenge for Hudson.
Now, we talked about the great corner for Scott Hudson. You take a look as Joel Corbett comes out, you got Chris Clements and Jesse Gross both with him. This is a battle of two excellent camps.
Yeah, up and down this card is just quality fights. There's a lot of different motivations for matchmakers when they pull together a fight card, a lineup of great athletes. And in this one, it's all about evenly matched fights. It's something we get here in Ontario, Canada. You're forced to get because the commission mandates it. But Alex Caparich is the best in the business, and he's really pulled together some great matchups. For both guys, this is an incredibly challenging fight.
And you take a look at them as they both enter the cage. very similar in size, very similar in body type. They both got long arms, long legs, a lot of reach on both. It's going to be interesting to see who gets the advantage.
The following bout is presented by Drive Time Ontario. This bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the PFC welterweight division. Introducing first, the man standing to my left and fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall and weighed in at 166 1/2 pounds. He is a mixed martial artist. His record, 1 victory opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of Mississauga, Ontario, Scott Hudson. His opponent stands across the cage to my right and fights out of the red corner. He stands 6 feet tall. His official weight, 166 1/2 pounds. He is a mixed martial artist and steps inside the cage at 0-1, fighting out of London, Ontario, Joe Crash Corbett. Your referee, Brian Beauchamp.
Robin, you heard the official height and weight. They weighed in officially even. 1 inch difference. Hudson 1 inch taller than Corbett. These two could not be any more similar unless Corbett had a beard.
Very true. I like the looks of this one. Hudson's really, really loose. It's tricky for Corbett. Again, he hasn't fought in a long time, so this is a brand new experience, or as close to brand new as you can get.
Now Hudson starting out light on his feet. Corbett a little bit more flat-footed.
First glance, Hudson is definitely the more relaxed, but it's Corbett who lands cleanly first and second.
Yeah, he's landing combinations early, and that's a good sign that he's getting off quick. Hudson's going to have to find his range.
Hudson's jab looks good, nice penetrating jab, and he's light on his feet, so he's trying to circle, but Corbett's closing the distance well and starting really aggressive.
Corbett landed a solid right hand in that last exchange. Hudson tried to go to the body, came up a little short, finds the range with that kick, though.
Corbett is just very casual about the way he sort of slides out of range. It's deceptive. It's very deceptive.
Corbett has clearly found the target earlier. Hudson's still fighting to find his range.
Yeah, but Hudson's making him chase a little bit. You know, using mobility. That spinning back fist was, oh, there's an uppercut. Hudson felt it, but he's able to just kind of calm down.
Yeah, that spinning back fist almost landed. That would have been serious trouble. Hudson finally gets that jab in. And now if he can find consistent range on that, that could be a big problem for Corbett.
Yeah, and he's going to use that jab to measure, and once he starts getting consistent with it, just fire the right hand straight behind it.
And now we're seeing Hudson able to slip out a little bit easier on Corbett. This fight looks like we're going to have the tables turn quite a bit as Corbett now landing a nice little combination.
Corbett's using a ton. That's a nice jab. Nice timing. Corbett's using a ton of energy on these shots, but he's landing very flush.
That right hook almost caught the button. Hudson jumping forward to that jab.
Yeah, he's the smoother of the two, but Corbett's just a ton of intention on his punch. He's committed to his punch.
Boy, you can tell we're back on the same page, Robin. I was just about to say that bad intentions in the hands of Corbett.
You can see him really line up that right, and there it is. But if we see it, you know Hudson's seeing it. So if Hudson makes a few adjustments, gets his left hook going, or starts weaving underneath it and coming back up.
And he's got Lyndon Whitlock in his corner, who's got excellent hands of his own. So
Hudson's really committed to that jab. And, you know, even if it isn't working at first, that jab is going to... There's that right hand that comes behind the jab.
Landed a beautiful right hand. Actually landed 2 in a row. Forced Corbett to back up with that jab. Not sure that the jab landed, Robin, but the right definitely did. Now Corbett back with his own.
Hudson, Corbett just kind of dragged his legs behind him, jumped in on that one. That's dangerous. Hudson's going to look to time that. Hudson finished the combination with a kick, and Corbett landed the right hand on it. That might talk him out of doing it anymore. Nope.
Corbett
and he ate another right.
Corbett took a nice outside leg kick, pardon me, again, Scott Hudson using that front kick, a little bit of range. He's landing it to the body, but it's just backing Corbett away.
I like Hudson's complete selling of the fake on the double to come up with the right hand, but Corbett didn't buy. You can sell. Oh, yeah, he landed a stiff jab. Oh, a hard right by Corbett.
And actually, Hudson switched it up a little bit when he landed that. Landed the jab.
Oh!
Right hand and drops him there with the left. Corbett is out cold. Scott Hudson puts the lights out.
Brian is a very good referee, but he was late on that one. But a beautiful performance by Hudson. He was measuring with that jab, measuring with that jab, measuring with it, all for the purpose of setting up that straight right hand. He did it, and when he got it clean for the first time, it was lights out for Corbett.
A bolt of lightning out of the left hand of Scott Hudson spells the beginning of the end for Joel Corbett. And Scott Hudson comes up with a very impressive first-round victory.
Yeah, Corbett took a hard right, and when that right hand lands cleanly on the chin, it just sends the chin moving, and it causes that coup contra coup injury on the inside, puts you asleep for a second. Good to see Corbett up. It was just a perfectly executed plan. Stay behind the jab, measure it for the straight right. That's what he did. Amazing, beautiful first-round knockout.
Robin, it looked like the difference there might have been as Corbett had the advantage, Hudson switched up his stance, went southpaw, landed the left to start it, and then caught him with that brilliant right.
Yeah, no, it was just beautifully executed, and you sort of had that feeling. Fights kind of live and breathe as they're moving. You had that feeling as it was going that although Hudson was getting tagged, it was sort of falling into what he was planning. Line up the straight right hand and force feed it to him. So
two things we learned tonight about Scott Hudson. One, he can take a punch, and two, he can really deliver a punch.
And those two things go together oh so well in any form of fighting. But when you're playing a bit of the long game, when you're using your skills to set up another weapon, you are gonna eat some punches. Hudson ate him with a smile and then delivered one of his own.
And good sign at the end here. Joel Corbett looks like he's all right, back up on his feet.
You know, that was a tough assignment for Hudson. Hudson came in here, only one win in his 3 fights, but man, did that guy look good. Parabellums on the back of his shirt, and those guys really are to thank for that. He's in there with some great fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Brian Beauchamp halts this bout at 3 minutes 13 seconds of the opening round due to excessive strikes. Your winner by technical knockout, Scott Hudson.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm with a very pumped up Scott Hudson. Tell us what's going through your head with that awesome finish.
Oh man, I'm happy to fight. That's it. I've been waiting a long time. I'm sick of going so long in between fights. I want to fight way more regularly. The fighters in Ontario have a really rough go right now. So it's you guys that deserve the applause. If you guys keep dishing out your hard-earned money, I promise you will keep getting fights like this from me. I promise. Let's keep this alive in Ontario because we need you guys just as much as you need us, okay? Thank you.
You had some fantastic movement, great stiff jabs, and you were setting up that right hand. You could see it. You could see his head was popping up a bit. And then when you capitalized, tell us what was going through your head.
Just go for the finish. I knew that I was going to move a lot and use my jab in my face. And it worked. It worked a lot faster than I thought it was going to. Lyndon Whitlock is doing all my striking, so it's all him. It's all his hard work as well.
Awesome. So before we wrap up, you got any shout-outs to sponsors or anybody out there?
Yep, I'd like to thank, obviously, my corners, Lyndon Whitlock, Rory McDonald, my manager, Jeremy Ennis, everybody at Parabellum MMA that comes and supports me. This is for you guys. Also, I'd like to shout out my sponsors, Kimura Wear, Black Eye Fightwear, Sweet Sweat. A special shout out to Callum Cowan, Dr. Callum Cowan, for getting me in the best shape of my life. I feel amazing because of him. And yeah, let's do it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by TKO, Scott Hudson.